What's up everybody, Chronicle Gaming here with another video, and this time it's something really new. I went looking around YouTube to see if there was any kind of like new ideas that I could come up with in terms of Madden, and I didn't just want to do another, like, I have Ant-Man, but I didn't want to just do another Ant-Man video, and I don't just want to do a classic like rebuild, so I'm just trying to come up with some like new ideas that no one's really like tried to do. So here's one thing that I came up with. As you can see, we're playing as the Saints right now, but there is no one on this team, and this has been done before by, I'm sure, a lot of people, where they release all their team and see, you know, like what happens when you simulate like what people they pick up and all that kind of stuff. I took it just a step further and decided to not just do one team, but literally every team in the NFL. Now, I will say, this took me a long time to do. This was over the course of several days because I have two jobs right now, so like having to cut every single player, and I even cut every single person off the practice squad too. And here, let's just go look at the free agents. Like, this is literally every player, and then this is the top 100 players. So it doesn't even, it stops at 90. But I mean, it's every player, every quarterback is on here, every running back, every single player in the NFL is now a free agent. So my plan is to see who goes where, which teams will be signing which free agents. I did turn off salary cap so that no one's restricted from all that kind of stuff. I don't know what's actually going to happen, so this will be really interesting to see what happens. Okay, so now we have our first weekend, so this should be really interesting. I don't even know who that player is. Okay, so so this is the team that now the Saints have. Oh, this is not a lot of players. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at all the rosters for all the different teams. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Let's go to depth charts, just so we can kind of get. Okay, so of all the starting quarterbacks, the Saints now have TJ Yates as their starting quarterback. They have Corey Clement as their running back. Brendan Marshall, I believe their best player. They actually re-signed Brandon Coleman. That's kind of funny. I didn't think that. I would assume that like no one team gets the same free agent. So I'm actually kind of surprised to see Brandon Coleman back on the Saints. How is this a thing though? How is it that they only have 3 receivers? Anyways, so here we go. Their best player is Levante David. Then they have Jermaine Gresham, and then Brandon Marshall. We're just going to go through all of these teams just real quick to kind of see what players are on what teams. But we're going to do that a little differently, in a different way. We're going to go over to stats, personal stats, and then we'll go to the NFL. Okay, here we go. Eli Manning is on the Cowboys. Andrew Luck's on the Lions. AJ McCarron is on the Raiders. Drew Brees is on the Falcons. What? That's so weird. It's weird that like Eli Manning goes from the Giants to the Cowboys, and then Drew Brees goes from the Saints to the Falcons. That's very odd. Oh what? Oh what? Russell Wilson is on the Steelers. This is super weird to me. Cooper Rush is a 69. Are there any quarterbacks that are actually still free agents? That's what I want to know. Are you serious? That doesn't make any sense. What? Okay, well, all the good quarterbacks are gone, but like still some of these, I'm very confused, but this is really weird. So so all of these players are just not signed. Why? That's so weird. That's so weird. All of these are really good players too. This is one of the weirdest things that I've ever experienced. Like, I'm very confused by this. Like, these are all really good rookies. Let's simulate one more week just to see what's going on. Okay, yeah, that's so weird. Why would they not sign any of these players? So they signed it. It's like, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with these players. Like, they signed other players, but they don't sign those. I'm very confused by that. This is a really cool experiment. I'm actually really enjoying this so far. Let's see. I don't. Okay. So these are all the Tom Brady's on the Bengals. Matthew Stafford's on the Jaguars. Colin Kaepernick is back with the 49ers. Oh, this is so weird. Carson Wentz on the Patriots. This is a very confusing experiment. I don't get what's going on here. Rushing. Okay, so LaShawn McCoy, Lamar Miller, Le'Veon Bell is on the Colts. This is so weird. I don't get this. Nelson Aguilar. Okay, so Julio Jones got signed. It's weird that some really high overalls got signed, but then others didn't. This is really confusing. Like, I'm sorry that my commentary isn't like absolutely incredible right now, but this is just a really weird experience. Like, what is the criteria for getting signed or not? Like, DeCastro's like a 98 overall, and then Andrew Norwell's a 90, and like some of these players aren't. That's weird. Warford was a Lion. He's a Saint now, but he's getting back with the Lions. But like, I don't really understand why it's doing this. Why it decided to sign some players. Quentin Covles is a sack leader. Wow. And why it decided not to sign other players. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we simulate to the end of the year, see who wins MVP, see who wins all the awards and all of that stuff, and then we go through free agency and see where everybody is. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to the end of the season, and I'll get y'all caught up with that. Well, no surprise there, Tom Brady winning MVP, regardless of what team he's on. This is still really weird to me. The Saints obviously didn't make the playoffs, and that doesn't surprise me. Honestly, we're probably one of the worst teams. We're 4-12, yeah. I just, it's kind of annoying, because I thought that, I'm just surprised that these people aren't signed. Like, I mean, these are really good players, too. Like, Alvin Kamara and Tevin Coleman, Fournette. Like, why would you not sign? I noticed that they're running backs, too, which is really odd. And then you have Jusek, however you say his name, DeMarcus Lawrence, Luke Kuechly, and Greg Olsen. Like, first off, these two don't make any sense why no one would sign these people. But I don't know. It's kind of frustrating because I would have liked to have seen which rookies were going to be on which new teams and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, okay. So we know that Tom Brady won the MVP. Let's just take a look at the totals here. Wow, TJ Yates for being a 71 overall. Those are really good numbers. 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. That's actually kind of impressive. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start with passing, and then NFL. Okay, so the most yards for Carson Wentz, Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson. Those are your top three guys, each over 5,000 passing yards. Carson Palmer coming up just short. Passing touchdowns, probably. Oh, Tom Brady. No surprise there. I thought Aaron Rodgers would be a little bit better, but that's so weird to me. This is just a really weird simulation. But Tom Brady, 49 touchdown passes. Wow, that's incredible. And interceptions. Why is RG3 back in the NFL? Nathan Peterman just probably throwing 5 picks a game, but 22 picks for RG3, Peterman, and Cutler. No surprise there. Hey, Cutler's back in the Broncos. That is very crazy that RG3 is in the NFL. He's like a 73? Yeah, 73 overall. Alright, let's go to rushing. Most rushing yards, no surprise. Le'Veon Bell, Lamar Miller, LaShawn McCoy, Chris Thompson, Duke Johnson, Jalen Richard. It's just really, it kind of sucks. Like, I don't know why Le'Veon Bell got signed, but not like Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara. Like, it just doesn't really make much sense. But Amir Abdullah had the most rushing touchdowns with 17. Wait, what? Rhett Ellison? I'm assuming. What? What? What the heck? Why are there so many tight ends? Are these supposed to be like the fullbacks? Even then, you're handing off to your fullback a lot. That is very weird. I don't even know it. This whole thing has just been absolutely insane. Alright, most fumbles. Mike Gillislee with 9 fumbles. Ed Dixon. Oh, well, yeah, I'm surprised there aren't more tight ends at the top. Brock Osweiler sucks so much. Okay, receiving. The most receptions is Adam Humphries with 107, and right behind him is Rashard Matthews and then Devontae Parker. And then most receiving yards is Mike Wallace with nearly 1,600, and then DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Parker. Most receiving touchdowns. Holy crap. 20 receiving touchdowns from Antonio Brown. That doesn't surprise me that I got 20 receiving touchdowns, but Cameron Meredith balled out this year too. Look at that. Quincy Enunwa, Torrey Smith, Twan Taylor. Wow, these are impressive numbers. Who gave up the most sacks? That's what I want to know. This one person gave up 34 sacks. That has to be a record. There's no way there is no way. 34 sacks for one person. I mean, he's pretty he's like a, yeah, he was a 75. I mean, even then, 75 overall for a tackle isn't the worst, but like, my gosh. 34 sacks. Okay, that's just sad to look at. I'm going away. The most tackles was John Bostic. I can be realistic. Patrick not even going to try to pronounce that. Anthony Hitchens, Brendan Marshall. The most sacks, I'm going to have to say that it's going to be either Joey Bosa or Myles Garrett, just because they would complement each other. Trey Flowers. Actually, Joey Bosa and Myles Garrett aren't even in the first like 10 or so. Trey Flowers got 21 sacks. Everson Griffin got 20. Jarrell Casey got 18, Chris Jones 15, as well as Leonard Floyd, Pharrell McPhee. Wow, that's a good combination right there. Marcus Hunt, J.J. Watts. Yeah, this is incredible. Okay, most picks. I wouldn't even know who to guess. I feel like it's gonna be some random person, but let's just take a guess at like Jalen Ramsey or something. Oh, look at that guess. Oh, that was. I promise I didn't even look at it. That was just really funny. But Jalen Ramsey comes in with 8 interceptions, and then second place is tied with Bradley Roby, C.J. Mosley, Danny Trevathan, and then John Johnson III. All right, so the Bengals just beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, 52-24. That's a lot. That was not even a competition. But whatever, the Eagles actually have a Super Bowl, so there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm going to do is just simulate through this offseason and see which free agents go to which team and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so here we go. Fast forward. This got even weirder. So I simulated up to the draft to see what free agents, you know, like, just our team signed it first, just the Saints. And, well, here's the issue, is that we don't have a team. Literally at all. So I'm pretty confused by this, like, a lot. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Wait, what? Okay, so this is new. Every team in the NFL right now doesn't have a single player on their team. So every single player... This is so weird. I'm very confused right now. Okay, so I think something that I might have done wrong is I didn't initially set free agency and trades and then contract negotiations onto auto. So they were on manual, which means that I have full control of re-signing players, and then I have control of trading and signing free agents. So I should have let them do that, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and put all of this onto auto. I could probably just, yeah, I put everything onto auto, and then just let it ride out after that. So we're gonna simulate past the draft and then see what happens. Okay, so when I simulated past the draft, the only players that were on any team were their drafted players, and then when I got to preseason, the same thing. But I simulated to week 1 of the regular season, and now we do have a roster. So it's still really weird that the fact that they don't even have a right guard. Oh, their defense is actually pretty good. But like, let's just look at some free agents here. I guarantee you there are really good ones. Still, I don't why is Todd Gurley, Joey Bosa, Melvin Gordon, Kareem? This makes no sense. Why are all of these players? It's like young, really highly ranked players. You have Tariq Cohen on your practice squad? Is that what that is? I don't understand any of this. This is so weird to me. Okay, so we're just... I'm so lost. Okay, we're just gonna go through some rosters again and see what's changed. Like, the Saints roster looks infinitely better than they did last year, but... So every single team has a new lineup. Does this mean that, like... I'm curious about this. Is every single player on... Every player is on a 1-year contract? Is that a minimum contract too? This is really crazy, people. Is his the same thing? Is he on a contract? Okay, he's not on a minimum contract, but... Like, what? They're all on 1-year contracts. That's really weird. I know I've probably said weird about 20 times this video already, but this, honestly, they're all on 1 year. This makes no sense. This is just honestly the oddest thing that I've ever seen Madden do. Madden does some pretty weird stuff. Okay, so this is... I'm not going to simulate through the season because, I mean, I think we've gotten enough of entertainment out of this already. This is... Okay, so this is what happens when you when you cut every single player off of every single team. This was a really cool experiment to do, in my opinion. Like I said, it took me over the course of 3 days, like working around like my jobs and stuff like that, and just like basic human life, and like it took me a long time. Because what I had to do is I had to make, if y'all want to try this, please do, and I'll let you know how to do it. All you have to do is, you can't do a cloud franchise. You have to go ahead and do a an offline franchise, and then you have to choose every single coach, which it's not easy to do like it was in the other Maddens. You have to individually click each coach, go through that stupid franchise intro each time. It was very frustrating. But then you have to delete every single... I keep saying delete. You have to cut every single player, which is probably the most annoying thing in my opinion. It just took a lot of time to do. Yeah, so basically, that's all you have to do is if you want to try this, see what happens. If anything happens differently, like, let me know, because this is... This is some weird stuff, guys. I don't even know how to explain this, or even why it's like not signing certain players, like why it doesn't sign Todd Gurley, who's like was an MVP candidate this year, or Joey Bosa, or any of these guys. Like they're all like 4-year people, and none of them are signed. So if you guys try it, let me know down in the comments below. That'd be really cool to see the different things that happen, what players went on what team. But yeah, anyways, honestly, this experiment was worth it just because I don't understand what happened, and I honestly think that's kind of cool that it just did this, where it's like, hey, we don't know what's going on, let's just put a bunch of random people on certain teams. So I'm honestly satisfied with the result. I thought it'd turn out a little differently, but that's no problem at all. I've been very entertained by this, and I hope that y'all have been as well. If you did like this video, like the video, because I want to try different things like this. I have a couple of ideas that I've been writing down, so just let me know by clicking that thumbs up button, and then just let me know in the comments down below too. I'd really appreciate that as well. And if you did like this, and I do have other content as well that I'm working on and that I currently have on my channel, if you like it, hit that subscribe button. That'd be really cool. Let me know that y'all really want to support my this extra content that I'm putting out. And then yeah, I guess I will see y'all in the next